Christmas time
Ready to go.
in the city. I know we already technically did our Christmas episode, but we are recording this episode on Christmas.
That's true.
Christmas Eve.
It's hard not to think of Christmas now
Yeah.
because it's
there's a
Christmas
lot of
right now.
ring-a-ling.
There's that's a thing. There's all
Yeah.
sorts of ring-a-ling
You can
happening.
Hear them ring.
Sure, ring-a-ling, hear them
Yeah.
ring.
Soon it will be Christmas Day.
About 12 hours. About 12
Yeah.
hours from now, we're looking
That's
at.
huge. Dude, well, is it, Santa Tracker? Do they still run the Santa Tracker?
They must.
I'm gonna
somewhere.
Google it right
It's
now.
probably been updated.
They probably got an
since we
app.
did it.
They probably got an app.
Santa Tracker app. I'm going to
Yeah.
check the app. If you're looking up like
Santa.
a website, I'm going to check an app.
Because we used to buzz a Santa Tracker in the computer room.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Google's got a Santa Tracker.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And he is zipping zapping. Let's see where my boy is. Oh, he is in the stands right now.
Kazakh.
Well, he's
Afghan.
not quite in Kazakh. He's in Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah, Kyrgyzstan. I had a cousin from
heading
there.
towards Mongolia, I believe.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, let's check the live
Got like
feed.
three or four houses to hit in Mongolia for sure.
How do we check the live feed? Oh, they got a game. This is huge. Yeah, the old-fashioned Santa Tracker was nice though. We used to
It was
run out of
crazy.
the basement
Yep.
while our parents were neglecting us.
Yep.
And run up to a computer room and hop on the old Dell and see
Yeah.
where Santa was.
Oh God, I miss that Dell just because I want to play backyard hockey on it so
Yeah,
bad.
I'm still waiting for
I
us to
even-
find a computer. To
Yeah,
play
I
it.
know. I've tried to look at like a couple towers and things, but it's harder to find than you.
You
would
just got to
think.
find a thing you can put a disc in, right?
I mean, I don't know for
If you
sure.
can put a disc in it, you should.
well,
I'm gonna try putting it in my Xbox.
yeah. Do that.
You think there's anybody online backyard hockey right now?
I think there might be one person, but they're playing in 2001, and they have no idea how what an Xbox
They're
even
still
is. How
in
it's happening.
2001.
Yeah, somehow it's connected.
They're in a Y2K bunker still.
Dude,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, that's the ultimate backyard hockey championship.
Yeah, playing
is
that.
one of
Yeah.
those guys.
They're just nasty at it. They've
Oh,
been
yeah.
practicing for 25 years.
They've had
almost,
nothing else to
24
do.
Years.
It's just backyard hockey and Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
And you can only die of dysentery so many times.
Yeah, and syphilis.
And syphilis, which
Yeah.
I don't think was actually.
They'll give you syphilis in the game.
I don't think so. That's a
Yes.
little too adult, I feel.
Yeah.
An Oregon Trail was a rated E for everyone.
Yeah, but it was the truth, Andy.
I guess that's true. You
Yeah.
can't shield that from the children.
No, that's what was happening out on the Oregon Trail.
This is just on my brain because it's Christmas. Do you have a favorite Christmas gift that you ever got?
Dude, I was thinking this too. Yes. A couple.
Okay.
At one point in our life, our dad turned into the king of the late Christmas gift, like the intentionally late Christmas gift.
Oh yeah, that's
Like
true.
we would open up Christmas gifts in the morning
Yep.
and like play with them and stuff. And then we would go to our Uncle Sean's for Christmas Day. And then we'd get home and it'd be like, "Oh, what's this?"
Yeah.
And there'd be like one more Christmas gift like hiding in the garage
Like
or
a
something.
big thing.
Or he would do it like he did that once and then he did like the late bring out on Christmas morning. Like we thought it was all done.
Yeah.
Everything was all open and then he was like, "Oh, it looks like there's one more." And then he'd bring out, some big item. I would say the one that's like the two that are the most memorable for me in that sense was like one of the first like hockey sticks that I ever got that was like of like quality, and it wasn't like a top of the line stick or anything like that, but Reebok, RIP, came out with this stick called the 808, and it was like the Reebok O stick, which had previously came out, which I had never had, but it was like a different model, so it was like the 808, so it had 8 holes in like the bottom of the shaft that was supposed to be like aerodynamic or something along those lines.
Sure. God. We used to be obsessed as a culture with the aerodynamics.
Yeah.
I mean,
I still
it was
am.
crazy.
Yeah, that's aerodynamics is my Roman Empire. Yeah. Like how can I get more aerodynamic?
It's all we thought
Yeah.
about as kids was literally just how can you move
Speed.
through the air? Speed. It was all about
baby.
speed.
It was all about speed. So he got me the 303, which was like the like lower model of the 808. It only had 3 holes, but dude, he like brought it out in like the stick box, you know what I mean? And I was like, this is freaking awesome. So that was one of them. The other one was the other time he did that, I don't remember what you got, but I got a like pea coat jacket from Express.
That's what I remember.
And I was like, yeah, I wanted it. Like, it was cool because, I had to dress up to go to hockey games and stuff like that. So I was like, this is cool. And then the Xbox was a big one, too. The Xbox
that wasn't for Christmas,
No, the
though.
Xbox One was for Christmas. It was for,
really?
both of us at the time.
Oh, I do. You know why I remember that? Because they got us the Xbox, and then they got me NBA Live of that year, which is EA's NBA game, that nobody plays.
Not 2K?
It's not 2K.
Gotcha.
Basically, you could just call it not 2K. So I took it the day after Christmas to GameStop to try and trade it in, and it was packed because everybody was doing the same thing with different games that they had gotten as gifts. And I go up to the counter, and there's this middle-aged man who just looks so insane, like disheveled, like he hasn't slept in days because all these people are coming up to him. So I'm like, I want to trade this in for 2K, and he goes, I can give you like $10 for it, man. Like nobody wants this game. Nobody wants NBA Live. So I still had to pay, like
$50 probably.
Yeah, like $50 to get 2K because NBA Live in one day the market value of it had gone down so much that it was.
Everybody in that line was also
nothing.
returning NBA Live.
Pretty much for, whatever
Yeah,
they wanted.
2K15 was the game that you got.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Nice. That was a good one.
Yeah.
You know what?
It
was that one. That was a great. That was my favorite.
I think KD
2K.
was on the front in OKC jersey.
I think that I honestly can't remember, but that was you could play Blacktop in that, which was spectacular, and you could pick they had all like the old teams and things like that. It was absolutely the best.
I'm so good.
Wow. That's KD, all right.
KD in the OKC jersey.
That's right. Man, good stuff. My favorite Christmas gift I ever got was not one of those end of the road, surprise BB gun type deals. It was the giant sized Ninja Turtles that we got when we were little. That was the best Christmas.
I mean, you remember
Ninja Turtles Christmas.
Yeah,
we were super young, but that was number one. Speaking of basketball, though, let me ask you this. I gotta get my phone out actually because I might have to do some fact checking. But here's my question to you: Michael Jordan, greatest basketball player of all time.
Mm-hmm.
How old do you think he? At what age do you think you'll be able to beat Michael Jackson at
Michael?
Yeah. At what age? When he gets to a certain age, what age do you think you're going to be able to beat Michael Jordan at basketball? I'm looking up how old he is right now.
I mean, like, it depends on like how health. You know what I mean? Some people are like still walking around at like 85. If he's
that's
at
what
all
I'm saying.
mobile, I'm losing.
You got to assume all that stuff. Like take that into consideration. Like, what do you think Michael Jordan is going to look like at age?
Like I would say
80.
the earliest would be 85. The earliest number I would put on it would be 85.
Yeah, probably. He's 60 right now. So, but also, because you would be. Should we do it like that? Because if we have to wait,
I would be in my 40s. But he would have to be completely not mobile.
Right. You have to be
that's
like
the thing.
Stephen Hawking for you to beat him.
Not but close to it.
Yeah.
Like Walker, like couldn't even shoot the basketball because of the arthritis.
Mm-hmm. So he'd have to be pretty much legally dead for you to be able to beat him at all.
Yes.
I like that answer. I really thought that you were going to be like, I could beat him right now.
No.
Okay, that's at least you know that much. No. At least you have that going for you. Yeah, the guy. I mean, I remember there's videos. I guess there hasn't been one in a while, but there used to be videos all the time of him just like beating,
still hooping.
Yeah, just going out, random pickup games and just absolutely destroying like kids out there.
Because he still will want it bad. Like that's the thing.
That's what I was thinking, because it's certainly on one hand you have what he's going to look like physically, and I mean I'm sure he's still pretty much in shape because he does golf all the time and everything, and he was such a great athlete, and clearly because he it take you so long to beat him, it still is. But there is that thing that you've got to take into consideration, his competitiveness, because even that's never going to go away. So I think as long as he still has breath in his body, the
other thing about basketball too, and I've made this claim on the podcast before, is I have no idea how to play defense in basketball. And he was a good defender. Like, defense in basketball to me seems absolutely asinine, because there's no way to play defense. Like, you can't. The only way to play defense is just to stand in front of them, but you still have to back up as they move forward.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
You gotta go like this.
Yeah,
Put your hands up. Dude, there was this guy.
There's no good. Dude, defense in basketball sucks, honestly. There's no good way to play defense.
Well, let me pose you this. There was this guy who one time in gym class we were playing, and he was on this one kid. We were on defense, and kid that he's covering gets the ball, and he runs up on him and just starts going around his body. And that stopped the kid pretty dead in his tracks. I mean, it stopped the rest of us too, because we were like, holy shit, this guy's fucking crazy. But it did, for a while.
I could only do that for so long.
It takes a lot of energy.
Yeah. And that 80-year-old Michael Jordan would just go around me.
He'll still get you.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah. He would have to be. If he could still shoot from a wheelchair, I would say even wheelchair-bound Michael Jordan would probably still have a good chance.
Absolutely. I think you're right. He definitely would be able to shoot from a wheelchair.
Because there's a chance, because I'm not guaranteed to make the shots. So there's a chance, if I miss a shot and the rebound goes right back to him in the wheelchair, that,
Yeah. And I think that you still, you still got to play. He's still got to take it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I don't think would hinder his performance in any way.
No.
I think he'd still get the juice.
I think because I would just foul him. Because playing defense in
basketball. You would foul a guy in a wheelchair?
How do you play defense in basketball?
You just, like this, dude. Just keep your eye on the ball,
But then, no.
All that.
Well,
junk.
wheelchair, I might be able to just go like this, so just cover over top of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I bet you he could probably go like that. Like, I think he's still.
Yeah.
No matter what, as long as he's got breath in his body, Michael Jordan will still be able to beat anybody.
And I'm not good at basketball.
Yeah, but I mean, you're tall though.
Yeah, I got some height. I do got some height. My goodness. Yeah, I like that conversation. Favorite Christmas present? I don't know. I mean, I'm notoriously a clothes guy for Christmas, too. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I like clothes. I feel like kids used to complain about getting, sweaters and stuff.
Dude, anytime I would unwrap a Bonton box, I'd be like, well, this one's a waste. Let's move on to the next one.
That's what I like.
That's
yeah.
You got it all wrong, dude. All I wanted was toys.
All I wanted was to look good. I wanted to be,
sure,
dripped out.
Well, you're very welcome then for last year's present.
That's why I'm rocking it today.
You've just found.
It's Christmas time. I got you. I forgot. I actually got you another present.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to serve literally any use to you.
Okay.
Yeah, you might just be like, you might just, I don't, yeah.
I'm so worried about my gift-giving performance this year. I think I really blew it. And sometimes I feel like that a lot, but I think I'm talking across the board this year. I'm not talking just for you specifically. I mean, I did, obviously. It's hard to beat what I did for you last year. So
that's the problem, is you are notoriously a good gift. See, if you're like me and you notoriously get very average gifts, the bar is the bar.
That's true. You do set yourself up.
And I don't intentionally get average gifts. I'm just like, when I'm thinking about gifts, all I can think about when I'm buying gifts is why a person wouldn't like this. not why a person would. Like, why would a person not like this? So I have to I play it safe. Like, I just get something like very average that I know will maybe get worn a few times or like be of somewhat use. That's how I've always been.
That is I kind of think that's a solid way to go about it. I mean, clearly it's blocking you a little too much mentally.
Yeah.
Like, because it's stopping you from getting some stuff.
It eats at me.
But, thinking of, that's not a bad thing to consider in general when you're buying someone a gift, though. Like, what are the negatives of this gift?
Yeah, I guess.
Now, the other thing I have to deal with is my wife is also, like, awesome at giving presents. So that is...
Yeah, so
I mean, that's just very, very anxiety-ridden.
Yeah.
She did say to me, we had this conversation about... like Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day, is tough. Well, not tough, but sometimes, because everybody knows that Valentine's Day is kind of like a made-up thing, but you still want to do, like, nice stuff or whatever. So I would sometimes go a little too hard. So we just had the conversation, like, let's go hard on the real holidays like Christmas. Let's go hard on birthdays, but things like Valentine's Day, things like Arbor Day, maybe we don't have to go absolutely nuts.
You were buying Arbor Day gifts?
Well, it's a special occasion,
Flag
dude. It
Day.
doesn't come around. It doesn't come around all that much.
Huge Flag Day present giver.
Oh my God, dude. The Flag Day presents that I got in 2008, Jesus Christ, dude.
Well, it was the Depression.
The Depression? Oh, the recession. We're always in one of the shins. Sometimes shins.
Yeah. We're always in session.
We're always in session, baby.
Yeah.
That's our promise to you folks. We're right in the middle of the holiday season, okay? And don't fuck it up like you always do. You can be the savior of the holidays this year when you use Instacart, because with Instacart, you can get not just groceries, but some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. And the best part is, right now, 2 in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do to get that deal is hit the link in this episode description. And why wouldn't you want to make things a little easier on yourself, especially this winter, especially with the holidays cracking down, and start using Instacart today. Folks, a great way to support this show is to actually do something nice for yourself and check out all the sick merch we have got over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Link's going to be in this episode description, of course. And what you're going to find on there is all sorts of wonderful merchandise, stuff that's going to make you look good, make you feel good. We've got hoodies, T-shirts, long sleeves, whatever it is you're looking for. And this is top-notch quality stuff, okay? This is not that cheap brand that you're getting from other shows or organizations or whatever, okay? This is the real deal, baby. I would not sell you short on this stuff. And on top of all the great clothes, we've also got a lot of cool accessories, water bottles, T-shirts, fanny packs, glassware, slides, hats, bucket hats, whatever it is you're looking for, stuff not just for this show, but also for Schemin' and Dreamin' and Quested, the 2 other podcasts that we produce right here. So if you want to do something nice for yourself and help support the show, check it out again at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. I got to mention it again. It's the brand new Patreon page. It's patreon.com/snackspot. We've got a lot of cool stuff planned for it, and you're going to want to get in now because headline, the best part is right now it's only $3 a month to sign up. And what you're going to get on there already is the wonderful Captions On podcast where we're working our way through all the Disney Channel original movies. My God, it's an emotional roller coaster like you wouldn't believe. We've got a lot of other great stuff planned for it in the future, but you're going to want to get in on the action early. Hit the link in this episode description. Once again, that is patreon.com/snackspot. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show, Schemin' and Dreamin', or Quested, the Dungeons and Dragons podcast that we produce right here, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. Because podcasting has been shown by Forbes, I believe it is, to be up to 19% more effective than your traditional media advertising. This is like TV commercials, newspaper ads, whatever it is. And I think it's kind of, you can see that in the way that these large companies like McDonald's, State Farm, NASCAR are moving into the podcast space. They're starting to advertise on podcasts, and it's awesome. It's kind of crazy, but it's really cool to see companies of this size, of this magnitude, with advertising budgets like this. These are folks who are advertising on the Super Bowl and stuff like that, and it's really cool to see them move away from that more traditional media way of advertising. The problem is there hasn't really been any room yet for smaller or local businesses to get in on the action, but that's what we are here for. That's what we're all about. So, again, if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits to podcast advertising, hit us up, reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com. We're getting all kinds of texts about delicious Viola subs, which is also it's wonderful Christmas tradition, a big steak hoagie. You can't beat it. You want a sub?
Nah.
Okay.
I do, but I got too much shit to do.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. I was, as Andrew knows, I was an hour and a half showing up to record the.
Well, you had a lot of situations over there.
Yeah,
you had a muddy dog, baby.
Gizmos
and gadgets aplenty.
Aplenty. My goodness, there was gizmos and gadgets everywhere.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Bobs? I got 20 of them.
But who cares?
Yeah. So it was it was quite the whirlwind of a morning. I wasn't maybe as mentally prepared as I'd always like to be coming into a podcast, because I do a lot of mental preparation, not of stuff, but just mentally getting myself prepared to come sit here and obviously. And talk to you.
Yeah. I feel even a little, chaotic today, because obviously it's Christmas Eve, man. We got places to go.
Dude. We got places. We got people to see, places to go. The other thing, we'll stay on the Christmas theme here, that I'm not good at is opening presents.
Oh?
Like, I don't know how to ever react when getting a gift. Like, even if it's something I really like.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm like, dude, this is an awesome gift. Like, I don't know how to.
No,
it's hard to be genuine about, like, opening a gift.
Yeah, because even when you really like it, you're very worried, like, am I, like, being too excited? Are they going to think this is like... The real problem is we're sociopaths and we don't know how to show emotion. We are very worried about what other people are perceiving of that, so we run into some problems there.
Because when somebody gets you a gift, you wanna make sure they know it's well received, but like...
Sure. Now, let me ask you this. Let's break this down. Let's talk about it. What is the best way to react if you're opening a present that you don't really like? That kind of sucks.
I think I'd rather do that, because then I can just fake it. I think I'm better at lying about it than actually showing true emotion.
Okay.
I'd rather get something I hate and be like, "This is sweet."
But let's say someone was calling into the show right now and they said, "What do I do when I get a bad present? How do I fake that? What do I like? How should I react? What would you
throw it on the ground and you storm out of the room?"
Okay.
No, you just got to be grateful, man. You just got to remember, like, they're giving you something. They took some hard-earned cash, some cold hard cash, or an Amazon gift card, whatever it may have been, and they got you a present, and they took the time to wrap it, which is a pain in the ass. I hate wrapping presents.
Honestly, I feel like if it's a gift that's like really stinks, you're getting it in a gift bag. You're not getting it wrapped.
Nah, I don't think so. See, I think you gift bag the good gifts. Like, this doesn't even need a bow on it. Put this shit in a brown paper sack and hand it to me.
Interesting. I think it just adds to the experience, though, if you do wrap it kind of nicely. But I do hear what you're saying. That's kind of, that's interesting, letting the item speak for itself. Because if you're giving somebody something bad, then maybe you are trying to, like, dress it up. So, like, you put it in a nice box, it must be a nice gift. But then, of course, it's just, like, some really terrible gloves or something like that.
Yeah, I like gloves. See, that's the other thing. Like, to me, I'm always like, yeah, this will work.
Right, the presents that, one man's trash
is another man's treasure.
Is Matthew's treasure.
Yeah. Like, I can make just about anything work.
Right, which is...
Because to me... And it goes back to my clothes thing. Like, if you were looking at my closet, I did do a lot of cleaning when I moved, like removal of stuff. But, like, I'll keep anything that's wearable, because to me, there's a situation where it could come of use.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. It could be something that, like, I would never wear, but there might be a time where I need that item.
You're like fashion Batman.
I'm a little bit of a hoarder in that sense, I would say.
You're more like a prepper. You're like a fashion doomsday
I'm like, dude,
prepper.
I'm going to be prepared for if I ever need this.
Right. This is and it's not even so far as like zombie apocalypse gear. It's literally like, this is my...
If somebody has a
bat mitzvah.
90s themed party.
Right.
Or
this Chumbawumba shirt could come in handy. I can't throw this baby out. It's classic.
Yeah. That's
worth
how
its weight in gold.
Yeah. That's how I think of things.
Get
when I
knocked
see
down.
something, I'm like, I could use that. Get knocked down, I get back up again. You're never going to bring me down.
That and Rats and Cats and Elephants, the two best Irish songs.
That's true. And chimpanzees.
I'm claiming Chumbawumba for Ireland. I don't know if they actually are. I don't know what Chumbawumba means in Gaelic, but I'm claiming them for Ireland.
Horsecock.
That
buddy's got a Chumbawumba, eh?
that was not Irish. A Canadian leprechaun. Oh, a Chumbawumba. Is that Irish? Oh, the Chumbawumba. Oh, what did you say? What's it mean again? Horse penis?
Horsecock.
Horsecock. Oh, Chumbawumba. Oh, go down to old Mally's farm, and his horse has got a big old Chumbawumba at the end of the rainbow.
You don't want to find out what's at the end of that rainbow.
You know,
it's a Chumbawumba.
Ain't no pot of gold at the end of that Chumbawumba. There could be. You know?
Nah, just horse semen.
Yeah, just horse. It's just pretty much just a cauldron of horse semen. Which again, one man's trash.
Yeah, Johnny Knoxville would be all over that. Him
Dude,
and
that's
Steve-O,
true.
Yeah.
Definitely worth its weight in Irish gold at that point. Okay. Also coming up, New Year's Eve. Now last year I liked New Year's Eve. We did end up doing something. We went over to one of my wife's friends' apartments. They were just having a quick little get-together because they're all nurses, and most of them had to work New Year's Day, including my wife, which for me, best case scenario, because that means we don't really have to do anything on New Year's Eve, which is my literal least favorite thing ever. I hate it. I hate having, especially because, you know, it's tough to come up with a plan for New Year's Eve, and a lot of times there's so much other stuff going on with the holidays in front of it that, you know, during the week between Christmas and New Year's, they're like, what are we going to do? And the truth is, I don't think anybody wants to do anything. I mean, at least me.
See,
I hate New Year's Eve.
Here's the thing that I've learned about New Year's Eve is I agree with you, in a sense. If you don't have a plan, New Year's Eve is very stressful and chaotic because everywhere's busy. Like, you know what I mean? You need to have, and like, if you don't have a plan, then people are all going to be like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I've had my tickets to my New Year's Eve, the New Year's Eve event that I'm going to. I've had it for 3 weeks already.
Ooh, very nice.
Like, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Be out in front of it.
But
don't make it stressful. It's still
true.
chaotic, but at least you know it's controlled chaos because you know where
right.
you're going. And, like, if you have a ticket to an event, you know, like, you know, that's where you're going. There's not going to be lines involved and stuff like that. You know who's going with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that's the best way to do it. Now, like last year, we did not have a set plan, and that was very frazzling. I don't like that. I don't mind doing something on New Year's Eve. The thing that I hate more than anything is people that think that you should do stuff on New Year's Day. New Year's Day, the first day of the year,
doesn't count.
Is a mental preparation day for the next 364. You lay there and you do nothing.
Absolutely.
You watch football.
It's a free day. It's the free space in the middle of your bingo card, man.
Yeah. You take that day as if it doesn't even count.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't. It doesn't. That's really what. Yes. That's the kind of celebration I'm into. Is the New Year's Day celebration of not having to do anything.
You order food.
Yeah.
Or there's dips. Like you can make a dip.
Mm-hmm.
But for yourself, like you're not interacting with other people. Like that's a personal.
Nor
dip.
should you.
You make a pan of chicken wing dip on New Year's Day. That's a personal pan of chicken wing.
Personal pan.
And you're gonna eat an entire box or bag of scoops.
Mm-hmm.
Eating that chicken wing dip, you're gonna consume enough sodium to kill a small horse, and it's gonna be bliss. You're gonna feel like garbage. and you're just gonna lay there.
Which is what you need to do. I mean, you've been giving your all for the last 2 weeks, seeing everybody you have ever met in your entire fucking life.
And then January 2, the 2nd of January, that's when you start your gym membership.
Yeah, hop back into the mix on the 2nd. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what it's there for. That's fine.
Big Cat, the Barstool guy, the New Year's resolution that he made on the Yak was to eat more Blizzards from Dairy Queen.
Honestly, not terrible.
Great New Year's resolution.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to eat ice cream too much, but I feel like you could always use a little more Dairy Queen Blizzard in your life.
I've really cut back my ice cream consumption because, as you know, like I was putting up record numbers.
You're on a bit of a bender. You're about a bit of an IC bender, a brain freeze bender.
Yeah. So I've dialed it back quite a bit. I haven't had ice cream in quite some time, actually.
Wouldn't it be funny if you got brain freeze and you chased it with more ice cream? See if like the ice cream version of Hair of the Dog. See if it works. See if it fixes the brain freeze.
Yeah, I don't even get brain freezes because I'm so accustomed to eating large quantity of ice cream in a very quick manner.
You always got ice on your mind, so your brain never freezes. Yeah. Put that on the track, baby. Put that on the track. I stay iced out. Stay iced out so my brain never freezes.
I got shorts on right now.
Oh shit!
It's Christmas Eve. I'm rocking shorts.
Yeah, I don't want to. It's Christmas Eve. I don't want to see your ankles. Don't bring them up. Ah, Jesus, that's a lot more. Your leg hair is kind of curly.
Yeah, I got curly leg hair.
It's freaking me out. Good thing I wash this fucking table down after every show. Get that goddamn chicken wing off of here. No, I don't think so. Not on this.
Green alligators and long neck geese.
Yeah, there you go. Do a little toe wiggle for the.
No, I'm stepping on the boom boom boom.
Oh, the kick drum.
Boom boom boom. Yeah.
I think we could put a couple of googly eyes on there, and we get a little co-host going.
Hi, my name's Paul.
Nice. Shout out to Paul, the three-eyed monkey. R.I.P. He'd be good for Who Would Win of the Week one of these days.
Whoa.
We could do Paul versus the guy who goes absolutely.
No.
It's like I mean.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with the Absolutely guy.
It's at the end of like I don't know. I don't know if it's Family Guy actually, but like a bunch of comedy shows. That was like one of the end credit cards.
Not familiar. Do they still do that with shows?
Yeah,
they still have signature
for sure.
end credits.
Unlike networks, yeah. Well, these are like when you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and at the end it goes Fremulon.
I don't know.
Okay, so you have absolutely no idea what this concept even is that I'm discussing. But although it's the Paul thing.
I know that.
So yeah, so it's
I'm Paul.
Yeah, so it's that.
Yeah, I know the concept.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The second the show ends, I tune out.
Yeah. That's the way it is now, man. We're in
Get buried back in my magic box.
Yeah.
Start scrolling TikTok. And 7 hours later, no. Yeah, I don't know, Andy. I'm very excited. I'm a big Christmas guy, and I'm very excited to do that today.
I'm worried. I just want it to go well.
Oh, what's not to go well?
I have no idea.
It's the easiest thing. You just celebrate. Just have joy.
I'll think about it. I'll consider that.
Or show up in a Grinch costume. That's the best way to not have joy. Like, if you don't feel like having joy, you can show up in a Grinch costume, and that's also fine.
Right.
Like, you're allowed to be miserable in that.
Just like Signal Grinch. Like that, I mean, not to tell this story, but like that deaf guy that you offended when he had the badge that said, I am deaf. You put the Grinch costume on, and it means I'm a Grinch right now, and I don't want to be spoken
I did have
to.
a moment this past week. And I was in a long checkout line at a store, and it was like weaving. It was quite the line, the big sale going on. But I waited, and I was like one row away to where there was a guy directing traffic to which register was going to open next. And so he points in the direction of this guy. I'm right next to him, but on the other side of the line. I still had to go down and back one more time. So he points to a guy, and he's like to signal him, like, hey, go to that line. So the first guy in line goes. The second guy goes to follow him. So the worker sticks his arm out at first, and and the second guy's pointing like, no, I'm with that guy. I'm with that guy. So he like raises his arm and lets the guy go. And since I still have one more down and back, I try to make a joke like, hey, I'm with that guy too. So he, lets me go. Classic line humor.
Just very like ingratiate yourself with the employee a little bit.
Classic line humor. And the employee stares at me for a hard 3 seconds and then like turns his whole body around and holds a button in my face that says I am deaf with like a picture of an ear on it. And he just stares at me and I'm just staring at him. And like it felt like the room went dead silent. You could hear a pin drop.
Well,
and
he couldn't.
And I just turned around and walked away. I didn't know what to do. I just proceeded down the line. And the guy, I was with somebody in the line, but the guy in front of me was a total stranger, and he turned around and was like, that was tough. And I'm like, yeah, like I was just trying to boost line morale, like, make a little joke, and just got absolutely put in a blender. Like I just stood there. I didn't know what to do. Thought about it all day. But so yeah. What are you gonna do? How am I supposed to know? I couldn't see the button.
Yeah. God, that's so funny.
Yeah.
That's worst case scenario.
Like talk about
man.
learning to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. Well, dang. But at least you learned a little sign language yesterday when you were telling that story. This is sorry, and this is vagina. And those are really the only two things that you need to know.
Yeah.
At least when you're hanging around with the deaf people
I
that
just walk around going like this, and if they shake their head, I
go, sorry.
My bad.
Vagina? Sorry. Vagina? Sorry. That's pretty much my interaction with most women that I've dated. Oh, oops. What? Yes. Yep. Apologies to everyone. So that's what you pick up on that quick. You pick up on that quick. Whenever I go to a new country, there's only two words that I ask:
vagina and sorry.
Vagina and sorry, because I know that I'm gonna need them. I know I'm really gonna need both of them.
Yeah, mostly the latter.
Mostly, yes, that's true. That is absolutely true.
You want to do Who Would Win the Week?
Yes, let's do it. Hold on, it's coming back to me. I remember it.
Marquee matchup.
Yes, a big time,
especially for divorced dads during the holiday season.
Yeah, we want to dedicate this episode to divorced parents. Really, mostly divorced men.
Single dads.
Single dads. We want to go out to single dads. This week's Who Would Win of the Week is Chili's versus Applebee's. Now, again, as always, this is who would win in a fight. So this isn't, it gets a little weird. It gets a little conceptual when it's like restaurants like this. But this is Applebee's and Chili's are fighting each other. Which one is going to win?
I know the answer to this question. I'm passionate I'm passionate about chain restaurants.
I know.
I love chain restaurants. Specifically these two.
Yeah.
Are two at the top of my list of like need a bite to eat. Why stress about where to go? Go to your fucking local Chili's. Applebee's holds a special place in my heart because of Tuesday Crew. Shout out to Tuesday Crew. We used to go to Applebee's every Tuesday. The 2 for $20 is a staple, as is the 2 for $25 if you're feeling a little bit wealthier that day. Not to share. That's the 2 for $20 to me is a solo venture.
Yeah.
Because you get an app, 2 entrees, and then also you add on a brownie bite. Comes with a little scoop of ice cream. A little brownie's like $2.99. Tack that on there.
Okay.
And you get the Mott's sticks or the boneless wings. Is the only 2 apps to choose from.
Correct.
The artichoke dip is good, but you're a lunatic if you get that over the other 2.
I agree, and people go nuts for it.
I like artichoke dip, but not if I'm forced to pick
not
one
if you have good not if you have actual good options.
And then you usually get the penne pasta with the chicken as one of the meals, and then you can go crazy on you can go rogue on the other one.
That's what the second pick is for, man, for a little experimentation.
But a chicken finger basket is usually the play because I think it's like another $1. So it's chicken fingers is what's on it, but it's like another $1 to upgrade to the basket, and you get fries with it. That's a feast. An app, the pasta, chicken fingers and fries, and for $25.
Yeah. That's
unbelievable.
That's a feast
But
of
now,
kings.
on the other hand, if you go to Chili's to me has the better menu.
100%.
And also, Chili's has the 3 for me, which is a drink, an app, and then an entree. There's a $12, $14, and $16 entree selection that you could get. Also very good. And you get like a salad too if you want. And Chili's has the Southwest egg rolls, which is the single greatest appetizer on the face of the earth. The Southwest egg roll, I can't believe it took somebody so long in this country to invent that. Dip it in the avocado ranch. I mean, it's a 10 out of 10. That is a 10 out of 10 every single time. And then usually I'll follow it up with, they used to have a California turkey club that they since have removed from the menu, but it was on not a brioche bun, Andy, a brioche sub roll.
Ooh.
Have you ever seen one of those?
No.
Fucking delicious. Buttery, little bit toasted, unbelievable. Big heap of turkey, applewood smoked bacon, I would have to assume. Thick cut, little cheese, little avocado, little like chipotle drizzle.
That's what's up.
Delicious. They don't have that anymore. So my new go-to has been the CBR quesadilla. Chicken bacon ranch quesadilla. Fucking
Jesus.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Now, how does all this translate into the confrontation?
I'll
would
tell you
say?
how.
Okay.
I'll tell you how. Also at Chili's, the Santa Fe chicken crisper salad. It's just like iceberg, pico de gallo, a fucking mountain of chicken crispers, and then like spicy ranch. Delicious. How does this all come together and decide who wins this fight? I'll tell you how. I love Chili's. Chili's is my favorite of the two, but Applebee's is going to win this fight. And the reason is because if you go to Applebee's and you eat that meal, it tastes delicious, but you will have to drive home at speeds of upwards of 1,000 miles an hour because you will start squirting out of your asshole instantly.
More than Chili's, you say?
Dude, Applebee's will make any person shit their pants.
Even Chili's?
Yes.
Wow. I did not see that coming.
Applebee's runs through a human. Like, I don't even know what they it's honestly, some people would say that's bad. I would say that it's actually beneficial to the human side. It cleans out your entire body.
Right.
You are, after that 24 hours of just liquid poop, you are like, it's like you just did a juice cleanse. Applebee's is a juice cleanse. And nothing that powerful can ever be defeated. Like, you know how they say a cockroach is the only animal that could survive a nuclear, like, holocaust or whatever? Mm-hmm. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Applebee's food could also do that, I think. Wow. And I don't know why. Because I'm not saying it's not, like, fresh or whatever. But that pasta specifically, if you eat, like, one of those Cajun pastas at Applebee's, I mean, you will be leaking for days.
Jesus Christ.
Literally buy diapers on your way to Applebee's. Strap it up before you even eat because you literally have a 20-minute window. You have a 20-minute window to pay your bill and get home. And if you can't make it happen in that 20, I mean, you're done.
That's why they put those things on the tables where you can, like, pay right
yourself.
on the little thing.
Literally, as you're taking your last bite, you should be tapping your card.
Right, because it's already starting to turtle.
Put 18% on that bitch and run. Yeah.
Because it's coming out.
Yeah.
You know, to me, I was leaning towards Applebee's at first because to me Applebee's seems kind of like a large sort of all-American kind of like a good old Southern boy a bit, like just a real like corn-fed, like very strong man is what Applebee's kind of seems to me. Whereas Chili's, I think, has got a lot more flash.
Yeah. So I think there was a swing at some one. Also, Applebee's always has like the $1 margaritas or like the
best.
$1 Long Island iced
Dollaritas,
teas.
baby.
Dollaritas, yeah.
Yes.
$1 Long Island iced teas, like that's crazy.
That is crazy.
And they'll have like the spooky drinks where they'll drop like skeleton heads in your
in
your blue cocktail that comes in a
A skull, a human skull.
Something, yeah. Here's the thing. I think 10 years ago, Chili's would have won this fight because Chili's was a lot more like... Chili's has had a huge come up in the last 10 years. Like, their menu is top notch now. They've got a lot of good offerings. They've got like some healthy stuff too. Like, I'm sure Applebee's maybe tries to, but Applebee's has not rebranded. They've still got the baby back. Like,
still
Applebee's,
eating good in the neighborhood, man.
You're still eating good in the neighborhood, yes, and the food is good, but that menu's been the same since we came out of the womb. Like, and probably the physical menu has still been the same since we came out of the womb. Like, they have not. There hasn't been a single Applebee's in the U.S. that is closed in the past 20 years, but there also hasn't been a single Applebee's that has been opened in the U.S. in the past 20 years. Every Applebee's is the same.
But that is the foundation of an empire.
Yes.
So you're absolutely right.
But I'm saying, I feel like in terms of restaurants, Applebee's used to be above Chili's. I think Chili's has far surpassed Applebee's now, but that gives Applebee's even more grit. Like, Applebee's isn't afraid to like, they're not worried about like going to jail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they'll fucking just murder the shit out of Chili's. And they'll be like, I did it.
You're right. Chili's is so image conscious.
Yeah.
They're a little,
Yeah.
they're worried about things. Applebee's has got nothing to lose, baby. I like it. I like that a lot.
So I'm taking Applebee's.
Yeah.
I do love Chili's, but I'm taking Applebee's.
I like Chili's as well, but yeah, we'll lock in Applebee's. That's great.
I kind of took the reins on that one pretty heavily.
Well, you're the expert
on
both of those things.
You didn't have any other input though?
No. Not really.
Okay.
I think you said it all.
I also think Applebee's has more booths. Like, Applebee's is primarily booths. Chili's will have tables.
Chili's will have high tops and things like that. And Applebee's has a nice high top section. I like the Applebee's high top section.
But that's the only tables. Like, they don't have other Chili's has like freestanding tables.
Yeah.
And booths. Anybody, if you ever go to a restaurant and they say booth or table, has anybody ever said table?
Only people who are like really fat and can't fit into booths. Which is nothing against that. I'm just saying those are the only people that say no. If you physically can't get in a booth, that's your only excuse.
Unreal.
Booths are the best.
And I like booths that have a step up into them.
Wow, that is, man.
That's
living.
Booths
that is really, they're
like 6 inches off the ground.
That is, yeah. You're living. It almost feels nice.
Yeah.
Very kingly.
Vote on that on Friday on Instagram. Who would win of the week? Applebee's is in. I would say is in the front running, but I do think a lot of people prefer Chili's. I think Chili's will probably win, but they
we'll
don't.
See.
People don't look at this,
Yeah, you got to really,
they
don't put necessarily the thought into it that we do.
Yeah.
But that's what we're here for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before we go, I wanted to get your thoughts on curling yesterday because we did curl.
So,
I want to know how you did. Now, also, something was presented to me. Our cousin mentioned to me how she was telling a coworker of hers that, my family's going curling tomorrow night. We're all getting together. We're going curling. And her coworker was like, why? Are you guys a family of jocks? And she was like, I'd never thought about it before, but the truth is pretty much all of us were team captains.
We're athletes.
At a certain point. And I was like, that's kind of an interesting because, me especially, I've never considered myself a jock or an athlete. But it is true that we're a family of captains. We've got a lot of captains in the family.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't consider us a family of jocks because we're not like a sports-centric family.
Yeah, definitely not. But we like to compete and we like to have a good time.
Yeah. I don't know. That's an interesting question.
Yeah. It's a bit of a conundrum.
And I wouldn't even really say we're like doers because we're not people that like we're not running turkey trots and shit. Some of us actually do. Actually,
yeah. So that puts a kind of a big hole in it.
Yeah, maybe I wouldn't say jocks, but we have a lot of active people.
A lot of active people.
Yeah. We're a family of. But we're all pretty like coordinated. Like we go
things.
Like
that's true.
Like there's families where they probably shouldn't attempt curling.
Right. Yeah. No, but you're right. I think even if it takes a while for me, I didn't know how to work my body until I was a senior in high school. I remember literally the moment I realized that I like knew how my body finally works. We were playing football at the beginning of the year in school, which obviously I was never good at. But I was like, oh man, I'm like running really fast, like the ball's coming at me, like I actually know I'm going to catch this. Actually, it wasn't then. It was maybe the year before. So this was, it took a while. It was junior year of high school, and we were playing softball, and I was in right field, obviously. Shout out to it. And I was just like catching stuff nonstop, throwing it in. But I got the first time it happened, because again, when you're not a coordinated guy, those moments of coordination, when you're not an athletic kid especially, obviously there's a lot of pressure to be. When you do have those brief moments of athleticism, it's incredible. So I remember this kid, he whacks the ball into right field, and I'm running, and I'm like, I think I got this ball. Put my glove up, snag the fucking thing. Everybody goes crazy because they don't think I'm going to catch it either, which I would have agreed with them. But so then I grab it, and I'm like, oh shit, it was a big play, and I go to throw it in, and I'm just too excited that I like throw it way over like the pitcher or second baseman, whoever I'm trying to get it to, and it just...
You didn't realize you had a cannon. You didn't even know.
Exactly, man. You got to grow into your body a little bit, and for some people it takes a little longer. So to all of our prepubescent listeners out there, I guess just hang in there, guys. It gets better.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, on that note, Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah, there you go.
Because we'll be right prior to the New Year, and we hope you all had a wonderful Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And we're about to go have ours.
Yep.
Make me come all the way to work on a Saturday. It's a Sunday.
Yeah, but that's all right.
It's Christmas time in the city. Last thing I'll say, I put, we were on our way to a Christmas party yesterday, my girlfriend and I put on the radio, which I don't usually I usually listen to sports radio, but I put on like the local channel because I was like, we need to get some Christmas music going. We need to get this place rocking.
Star 102.5.
And yeah, and it was like, it was not good Christmas music at the time. So I'm like, I have the best Christmas song, and I put on obviously Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Bruce, and my girlfriend was not as enthusiastic about it as I was. She didn't dislike it, but it wasn't like it. I mean, the hairs on the back of my neck were at 90.
It's a religious experience.
Yeah.
And, that's the thing, Matthew. There's sometimes that just you got to be in tune with the universe a little bit, you know what I mean? And that's what Bruce is all about. That's
why I sleep. I have a copper pipe in my yard, or copper wire, and I have it's dug into the ground, and I run it through my house, across my bed, and then I have like electrical tape. No, not electrical tape, like the metal wire tape that goes over it, and then I have my mattress pad and my sheets on top of that, and it keeps my bed grounded. I sleep every night grounded, connected to the universe. There's people that do that shit, just so you know.
Oh,
that's a real thing.
I
don't, but that is a real thing.
That I guess. I mean, we're living in a world where like surprise just doesn't exist anymore. Like we're all being fed so much information from every corner of humanity that it's like, yeah, people are doing that, not a surprise.
And then there's people out here listening to us.
Yeah, not a surprise.
Andy.